Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
Welcome to the show, guys. Hope y'all are doing well. We are here with Lucas Blumling of Blumling Lawn Care, and I'm excited, man. Excited to have you back on the show. We were just sitting here having a conversation. It's like, man, let's just hop into it. Let's press record and go. And I'm not even going to do like a whole formal intro. You can give us like your quick story. We did a show. When was that? Was that October, November?
Yeah, something like that. It was in the fall, and then, or no, maybe we did something like in the summer, and then.
Is this the third one? Or you did we were in there for did we do a round table that we recorded?
Yeah, we did round table with Kyle and Brendan.
Yeah. I literally just did a show with Brendan. I swear, I'm telling you, I said this from the get. I said, you and Brendan remind me so, like, when I first met y'all both, I was like, I got y'all confused for a minute. I was like, wait, who's who here? Because y'all just remind me so much. Your businesses are in the same, like, you're very similar to where I'm at. So, like, and then literally I just did a show with Brendan last week, and then you texted me like the day or two after we did our show, and he's like, hey, let's do another. I was like, you're kidding me. This is like scary. But yeah, I love it, dude. I love where we're at. I think business is growing. I'd love to hear what you got going on. It's a fun time of year, dude. It's so fun. Like, spring rush is where we are. It's kind of, it's not tapering off, but it's not near as hot as it was a month ago. As far as like just work and stuff. But catch us up, man. What does it look like for you guys, and what you got going up there? We're talking about, before we record, we're just talking about growth, and like we're in similar stages. I said, let's just talk through that today. Like, let's just literally talk through like growing, adding crews, the stuff that you're seeing, that you're going through, because I know there's probably guys that are listening that are further down the road from this, but there's a lot of guys that probably aren't even to this point yet, and so I think that it's valuable to talk about this stuff as we go through it and document it along the way.
Yeah, man. Just short and sweet about my background. 2016, I started at a pretty big lawn care company, local with us. Didn't really have like any sort of interest in mowing grass. Just kind of fell into that job, and then I quickly started loving it. And I got pretty high in that company to where, I couldn't own it, couldn't be a general manager, nothing like that. So. I stayed there for 5 years. In 2021, I started my own company. This is our fourth year. We're based out of Lafayette, Indiana. It's about an hour north of Indianapolis. It's myself, two other full-time guys, and we're probably going to hire another full-time guy here soon for landscaping work. We're about 50-50 on landscaping and lawn maintenance. And yeah, I mean, I'm in that weird growth area, like you were just talking about, Jeremiah, where I think a lot of guys get to, and then I think it's where a lot of guys also get stuck, like that weird, like
we're right here,
250 to 350, 250, 350 salary or revenue a year, where the growth is kind of scares you a little bit. Growth sucks cash. And that's kind of like where we're at right now, but, I don't know. How are you guys doing?
Good. We're surviving. But it is so true. I'm sitting here and I'm like holding a pen up to the camera, cause I'm like, we're teeter-tottering right there in the middle. Like, we're right here. And this is the point where you either give up and you let it go back to being $100,000, one or two man crew, and you being out in the field all day, or you like, get over the hump and shift and actually grow and add crews and things like that. And so you don't really realize until you get to that point, I think, because like 2 years ago talking about this topic, I would have been like, I wouldn't know what I was talking about at all. Like, I would have had no idea. And I still don't know what I'm talking about. We're just figuring it out as we go. But I'm like, I'm understanding it more and more as we go through it. And we're to the point now where it's like, we've got to get over this hump of not like if we're going for it, we got to go for it. There's no more in between. There's no more like if we need 4 mowers because we have because I'm at the point now we just picked up 2 new mowers and I could have traded both of my others in, but I was like, you know what? We're at a point we got to keep one because we're at a point to now our mowing route is completely full. I'd probably need to go out a day on my own or with another guy and touch up a mowing route to help the guys out. And also we need it for like our cleanup jobs that the landscape crew is doing. We need another mower that's not dedicated. And so I'm like, God, we got to add another mower. We got to add another truck. Like we're at a point, I'm using the 1500 that I started with for our landscaping. And it's like, that ain't going to cut it no more. It just doesn't cut. Like you cannot pull a mini skid with it. You cannot, or you can, but it's not safe. And it's like, right. I'm at a point now, do I put $800 worth of tires on there and still not be able to use it? Or do I just bite the bullet and go buy another 3/4 or a 1-ton truck? And then I'm like, do we do a dump body? Because the dump body, dump trailer combo is just like unbeaten and for this stage of business. So yeah, we're figuring out as we go, dude.
Dude, I can totally relate with that. I mean, I'm jumping. I'm doing 3 days a week with landscaping.
Yeah.
Getting caught up with mulching, shrub pruning, weed pulling, all that mess. We've had crazy amount of rain, like an absurd amount of rain.
Y'all have you gotten any of the storms out there, or are they all?
Yeah, thunderstorms. It's rain where it rains for 2 days straight.
Yeah.
We've worked like the last 5 or 6 Saturdays. The guys are killing it. Very proud of them.
That sucks though.
Yeah, so I'm jumping in on Thursdays and Fridays, Saturdays, helping them out.
Yeah.
From while on top of estimates, quotes, running the business, emails, also running landscaping. Yeah. So I'm right there with you, man. It's definitely like a really fun spot because you're growing.
Yeah.
You can see the growth where you're getting more leads, you're getting more referrals, word of mouth. So we're doing great quality, and it's just like the springtime. I always stress to the guys, it's like quality, then time.
Yeah.
Like I know everyone says it, but I said I'd rather you guys come back and say, Lucas, everything was done perfect, but we haven't got to 2 of them.
Same.
Versus you guys, did everything in your back an hour early, and we had 2 calls saying you didn't blow off patios.
Yep.
It's the little stuff like that goes a long way, and the guys are completely bought in on that. And I think that's where the growth is definitely like leadership. Like I don't know if I was talking to you or Brian the other day where like the questions and the things that you think about, like we're like the same like revenue area. So like what were you thinking about a year or 2 years ago? Like what mower are you using?
Yeah. It's so different.
What do you use, a cargo or open trailer?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, those stuff matter, but it's like, it's so crazy how your mindset shifts on when you grow, like the actual stuff that pushes you forward.
Yeah.
And if you don't excel on that and you don't and keep improving yourself and like leading the actual company, not just a glorified job and like leading your guys, that's where I've noticed like locally around us where guys are definitely missing the mark.
Yeah, it is. It's just a scary spot to be in. Like this spot is not talked about enough. The spot that gets talked about a lot is like the 750, 800 to 1.2, 1.3 million. Like that's a spot that's like a dead zone that gets talked about a lot. Like getting over that $1 million hump. I'm not there yet, so I don't know. I can't say this is more important. At the stage I'm at now, obviously, maybe when I get to $1 million, then we'll be like, oh, well, yeah, I was dumb to think that back then because this is crazy. But at this point, I'm like, this is more important. Like you are at the point, if you do not make decisions right now at that 300 to 450 revenue range, if you're not making decisions to grow the company and like you're saying, keep quality up, increase production. Like if you're not doing those things, the business doesn't grow. And it's like, we were just talking, I've got, and this is peanuts to some of you. So we're just, guys, just listen, we're going to have the conversation here. Y'all can just, if you want to tune out, you can tune out, but me and Lucas are going to sit here and just have a conversation, and just be open in what we're talking about in our situations. Like we're at the point, you got a full-time landscape crew, a full-time maintenance crew. And it's like, I was telling you, I said the keeping the maintenance crew is not hard. Like, I can keep that busy all day long. I can go sell some more maintenance work if I need to. Like, I can do that. Keeping that landscape pipeline full is a totally different story, though. And when you, like, we're having good leads come in, but it's like when you get good guys in, and people talk about it all the time, like, it's just, it comes down to finding that one guy or finding those employees. And that is true. But if you're in that stage and you've never had that happen yet, you don't have that one guy, you think that's impossible. You think you're just fighting for your life right now. You're fighting, you're surviving. You're saying, how do I get through this? We recently had a shift in the last 2 months. We've had 2 really good hires, and it is totally like transformed the landscape side. The side that I was the most worried about getting out of the field, delegating, all of that. We've been able to accomplish that because of the right people. And so, but until you get that, I'm saying this to say, guys, if you're in that spot where you don't have those people, keep pushing, like keep fighting, keep searching, like put all of your effort into finding that 1 or 2 guys that can help you achieve these things. Because when you do, that's when you're going to find the freedom. Because now, like, my sole job is literally like getting them started and finished on projects, laying out and things, but it's keeping their pipeline full. And because they're producing work, like they are knocking jobs out. If I don't have, like we did a little bit of irrigation repair yesterday and today, and it's like they knocked these out faster than I expected. And I'm like, guys, we have work, but it's on me. I've been lazy getting estimates sent out, and now I'm like, well, freak, I need some estimates to get approved because we need jobs to do tomorrow. You know, and like, have you felt any of that yet,
Dude? That's my day, man.
Yeah.
Right. What you just said is my day. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm really focusing right now on trying to, so yes, my foreman, I'm very blessed with my mowing foreman. He was my
that's
first
even better.
hire.
If you can let the mow guys go and not have to worry about it at all, that's even better.
I mean, I knew him prior to me starting the company, and I mean, he kicks ass.
Yeah.
I'm working on him. Leadership qualities.
Yep.
So like instilling responsibility, like, hey, you're my extension
Yeah.
in the company. We started having 2, 3, 4 mow crews, more guys. Your job changes. And I think I want to piggyback on what you were saying is I think this is really like, I think this is huge to talk about because I mean, if people stop and think why did you get into lawn care?
Yeah.
Chances, I would say 85% of the people, maybe 90% of the people, including myself, possibly even yourself, is because you loved lawn care. You liked mowing. You liked doing the actual work. Well, when you get to this spot,
you don't get to do that anymore.
You don't get to do that.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can't. Like, it's not like you can't. Like,
yeah, no, you physically can't. The business cannot sustain itself. I'm going to interrupt you, and then I want you to keep going. This is Caleb Allman said this the other day. He was talking about, it was a story or an old podcast or something they posted a reel of, but it was, and I've heard him say this many times. It's like he was telling the guys that if you want to come in here and start sending out estimates and start selling jobs, then I'll get back in the field with you. But if you're not going to do that, I cannot go in the field. Like, physically, I cannot be out there.
Yeah. I mean, we're in the point right now where I wrote out, so myself and the other 2 full-time guys, where we wrote all of our responsibilities underneath our name. And it's to the point where, I mean, the same thing. My job is estimates, quotes, landscaping, leadership, vision, invoicing, stuff like that. My job can't be mowing, scheduling, managing it. So we're instilling the other responsibilities. And I think that's where people start to get a little scared. And like where they're not in the field, they're not doing the work that they signed up for, quote unquote. And for them to grow, they have to grow themselves. And that's where I'm finding myself right now, which is fun. That's the people that grow and excel are the people that, are enjoying entrepreneurship. They're not just enjoying the job of lawn care. They like the game. And that's kind of like where I'm at. I can relate to that.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. It is. You got to get that mindset. And I think when you have that mindset of like, the game. You know, Hormozy talks about the game a lot. That's the name of his podcast or whatever. But it's like there's some truth to that when you look at it as like, hey, how do I win this like day to day, week to week, month to month? And you get out of that mindset of like, how do I survive? Like I don't know. I think this is working for me. The last 3 to 5 years of owning the company, it's been, how do I put food on my table? Like, how do I literally come home at night? How do we pay the bills? Like, you know, that's what this business is for, is to help us survive. That's what the foundation building is that's what you're doing. Now that we're at this point, when we have 4 guys on staff full-time, 2 crews out running, myself on salary, it's like, it's not that. It's literally, how do we win at this game? Like, how do I become so good at this that, 1, I enjoy doing it, but 2, like, we see reward from it in the end. We all receive rewards. The employees, the customers, myself, my family, like, and it's not like, don't let yourself get so stressed out over how do I put food on the table, but more of day to day, what am I doing right now to beat the system, to win the game of the day, win the next challenge along the way. I found some freedom in that, of like not stressing over, hey, let's make a paycheck and put food on the table, but more of, hey, how do I keep this pipeline filled? How do I get new leads in the door? How do we sell more? How do we close more jobs? Growing, like you're saying, growing yourself in that area, I think you start to see real change.
Yeah. And also ask yourself, you know, what are you willing to make sure that you don't fail?
Yeah.
Like, what are you willing to do? And, you know, you always hear from the big wigs of like, I'll go back and sleep on a mattress, and, you know, but when you have family, you know, you got to take a salary each month and year. So, I mean, like, an uncomfortable thing I had to do at the start of the year was, I mean, you knew the whole LMN thing. I don't know if I told you this, but I signed up for LMN, and I got like a quarter of the way through onboarding, and my son that was supposed to be born April 28th was born March 18th and was in the NICU for 2 weeks. And our spring that was supposed to start around the first week in April started the first week of March. Yeah. And the second guy that we hired told us last minute that he was going to stay at his job, the previous job. What I had to do was, okay, do I not, you know, like, do I use both CRMs of Yard? Because I have Yardbook. So it's like, do I use Yardbook and Element and Onboard? I mean, you know the process with that. I was like probably like 20% through, and I had to pull the e-brake on that. And I called the guy and I emailed him and told him I had to pick back up the onboarding in the winter. And they called me and they had, you know, good customer service and whatnot. It was like, is everything okay? And I told them the whole situation. I was like, no, like, I'm definitely gonna pick back up. I just, you know, I probably could have stuck it out and done the onboarding of LMN, but I didn't really know what I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about the employees of, you know, I don't want to mess everything up and lose out on revenue because we're not organized and our scheduling's all whacked out, and we're not able to invoice correctly. Scheduling, onboarding. My time was needed elsewhere, right? So that's huge for us.
That's a big call. Like that. That was a rational decision, not an emotional decision. I think you made there. I think that you have easily played emotion in, like, I'm too far in, like, no, I'm not backing out now, I paid my onboard fee, blah, blah, blah. That could have gotten you. I think you made the rational one, though, because I will, like, if you decide to do that process, like the Element onboard, the switch over to that, they do a great job of guiding you through that, helping you through when you sign up with a code, like when you use our name signing up, then you do get that white glove experience, which is like you gotta have it. You cannot get lumped in there with everyone, with the general public. Like, when you do that, you get the help you need. It's still a 8-week to a 12-week process, like, to get everything really streamlined, to get you figuring out the software. And cash flow is tough. If you try invoicing out of Element before you're ready, your cash flow is going to show for it. Ours showed for it. Our cash flow this year for the first 2 months was the worst it's ever been. Like hands down the worst it's ever been. Was that LMN's fault? Absolutely not. That was our fault by not like we made the switch. It's not too late. Like, because here's the thing, and you're gonna hear me talk about this. You've heard me talk about it. This is not you in particular. I'm just saying this to the general public. Like, is it tough? Yeah. Do you if you're not bidding things correctly and you know that, then do you sacrifice a whole year of profit because the onboard process is hard? You know, like if that's the point where I don't think that's the point where you're at. I think you're probably pricing correctly. But if you're to that point, if that's the reason you're switching is because you need to know, like, learn your pricing, dude, switch and stay up till midnight for 6 weeks and figure it out. Because you can't give up a whole year's worth of profits to say, oh, I'll onboard in the winter next year. Because what's going to happen is you're not going to have the cash in the winter because you didn't charge enough throughout the whole season and you didn't show any profit. So, like, then you're in a never-ending cycle. But if you are going to do it, like, make strategic decisions along the way. The yard book thing, using both would not have been a bad idea. Like, we did that. Full transparency, we've done that. And so, but yeah, I think that's a rational decision. I didn't know you did that, but that's cool to hear.
Yeah, it was a natural instinct of, you know, getting punched in the face, and what do? You know, it was one of them things where, you know, I like you said, the onboarding fee is not cheap.
Yeah.
And so it was one of them things of, do I just ride it out, or do I play it safe?
What would have happened is, though, if you did that, you would not have given it the time it needed, and so you wouldn't be using the software to its full potential. And
that's why I told the onboarding guy. I said, I could have done it. I could have stayed up. You know, I'm pretty dedicated to stuff like that. The problem is that I didn't want to not be fully in and not understand the exact the program exactly how I should.
Yep.
And I wanted to put my time into it and how it should be. And he completely understood. It's just bad timing on everything. But
dude, I did the same thing. I did the same thing last year. We did the exact same thing. I signed up and did the onboard process, was getting through it, and I was like, you know what, this is a bad. I picked a bad time. It wasn't a good fit. I lost my onboarding fee, like $1,000 out the window. You know, like that's just, but it's part of it. Like it's part of making business decisions and growth. So, that's cool to hear, man. I think that it's real. It's transparency. Like it's the raw, like the backside of the business. Everything isn't always sunshine and roses. It is tough day to day, and we figure it out as we go. But how have you handled what is your day to day growth looking like right now? Like where are you struggling? What can we talk through as like struggling wise? Because I'm sure I'm probably doing the same thing. So I really need some help here. That's why I'm asking.
Right now, for me personally, or like the company, you think? What do you want?
Whatever you're comfortable talking about. The company, I don't
care. I would say like,
I hit you with that out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So
hey,
Lucas is not struggling, guys. Lucas has it all. No. Blumling Lawn Care is firing on all cylinders.
We're hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah.
I would say like our team, as far as our team, like, really just like leadership.
That's good.
Just I'm trying to instill everything that I have into my guys. I tell them every day, we don't just mow grass.
Yep.
We don't just sling mulch. We don't just prune shrubs.
Yep.
We are like and this is something else I kind of want to talk about, is like the marketing. Like I feel like everyone markets the same way in this industry of like, hey, $50 a cut, like a just generic, like broad thing.
We'll cut your grass cheap.
Right. Yeah. Or, get on us and call me at 7, whatever, blah, 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 or get on away, and it's like, I'm learning more about like branding and marketing and like why a customer will buy from you versus somebody else.
Yeah.
And not necessarily just because of the quality, but like why your company fits and originates with them more than somebody else. And I'm realizing like what brand is. So like we're trying to, like actually figure out our target demographic of who is our client, and then how do we market specifically to them. And that's what I feel like a lot of guys, I think, are missing out on, is like actually making ads, like making Google ads, Facebook ads, postcards directly to your specific client, not just like broadly scanning Facebook or having your Google ad like just
Yeah.
regular photos and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep. Yep.
that's what we're they're not buying lawn care. They're buying time back for their family. That's
Mm.
kind of like what our slogan is uh rooted in family, grown in excellence. So it's
Mm.
like we're more residential than commercial as of right now.
Yeah.
We do some small businesses, but we're mainly residential, and we do everything. We do everything. We cut their grass, snow removal, weeds, mulch,
You
prune
do
shrubs.
you do fert and squirt?
No,
Okay.
no, we do like weeds in the bed.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like we sub out like irrigation and fert and squirt.
Yeah.
So and we give the customer value with that. Be like, hey,
Yep.
we focus on 4 or 5 things and excel at that. And if you want in this, we give you contact to somebody else, and
Yep.
they love that. They love that. So that's kind of like our ideal customer.
Have you done
That's what we're
any? Have you done any subbing out like directly? Like they pay you for everything, and you sub out that company individually.
I've not done that.
Do that. You're on your next one, and
Yeah.
it will like you sell that to the customer. They like it a lot more because it takes one more thing off their plate. Like you talk about buying time back.
Yeah.
What you're doing is you're eliminating one more card they have to put on file with someone else, one more invoice they have to keep up with, one more phone call to make. You're eliminating a lot of things for them. So if you're solving, what do we do in business? We solve problems, right? They have weeds in their yard. They need that taken care of. Call me. We got you. And like I don't have a ton. I've probably got five or seven that we like they pay me everything, and I sub out the actual fert and squirt to another company. But as far as the customer knows, we're taking care of it, and so it's like that way. And also, you make a little money on it. Like you're making their life easier, so you make a little profit. Like if they charge $60, charge them $70. Like make $10 on it. And so at the end of the day, you're not getting rich off of it, but you're adding that customer value, and you're taking one, and like you're in direct contact with them. If they're coming to treat the yard that day and you got on the schedule, like they'll text you and let you know, and then you're not waiting on the customer to tell you. So you can save some hassle there, but that's something we do on that side. Back to the leadership and things. Have you? This is a very very direct question. Have you set up core values?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you gone over them with your guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. How has that gone?
Yeah. It was really good. It was probably like 3, maybe 4 weeks ago on a rain day.
So pretty fresh. Okay. So we're in the
Yeah.
same boat here as well. We just did this.
Yep. I listened to a podcast, Brian's podcast. It was like a couple days after that. Just something clicked with me where I just felt like I needed to do it. And I talked to the guys about it. And honestly, like I wasn't even the main guy talking most of the time.
That's the best part. Yep.
And I had my wife in the meeting as well, because she kind of does like some admin stuff for us as well.
Yeah.
And I said, just I asked some like generic questions like, the next hire, what are some characteristics and stuff, or what are the ideal client, like who should we, and it was probably like a 2 hour meeting. And we put down like a bunch of words up there, and broke it down to 6 things and it's obviously changeable probably every other year or so, but
you'll mold.
yeah.
What are they? Can you share them?
Yeah. So our first one's passion. Second one is family. Team family. Third one is accountability. Second one is professional. The fourth one is professional. Fifth one is excellence, and the last one is fun. So I'm real big on, fist bumping in the morning, cracking jokes. We we have in our shop here, we have a dartboard, and just something that we do every morning. Or it's like, hey, if you guys beat me in darts, I'll join you guys on the Mo Crew today. Like if I don't got anything going on,
Yeah.
and it's something fun. And sometimes I'm on the Mo Crew, and sometimes I'm not. And,
but it makes them enjoy it. It makes it gives them pumped up for the day.
It gets them going, and we do like little side bets like that and just I don't know. I not to take like things real serious all the time, but obviously we're there to work, but just to keep the guys going.
Oddly enough, so we did the same thing 2 weeks ago or last week. I can't remember. Rain day. We took 3 hours one morning, did a powwow, sat down, and oddly enough, fun was one of the ones that we had listed, and I was the only one that picked it. I picked fun as one of mine, and none of the other guys did. So I was like, okay, well, all right, there we go. So they want to have fun, but it was honestly cool to see like that wasn't their main focus either. Like they weren't just here to have a good time; they were here to actually produce. Like ours were safety, quality, integrity, professionalism, reliability. So we ended with 5, and it was very cool to go through those and see and we're going to go more in depth on this in a separate show, guys. We're going to have a really good guest on to talk core values. But the reason I wanted to hit on this was because you said like the team leadership, the growing and things like that. Like if this is what you're struggling with, guys, do this one action in your company. Like take this time, set it aside, and go through these. Like you can literally, I don't know how y'all did it. I literally got a ChatGPT 50 words. I said, make me 50 topics that could be a core value. It could be core values for a landscape company, and what the landscape company did, like what we were doing. And so it shot me 50. I printed 5 sheets. Everybody got a sheet. We sat down. We all marked 10, and we just individually marked 10 on our own sheets of paper. We compared those. Whichever ones had the most, we dialed those down. So I think we didn't have any that all 5 of us picked, which was honestly kind of cool to see. Everybody was like diversified. The most we had was 3, and we had a couple that had 3 people pick that, and then we went through those. We went through the highest priority of what we had picked, and we talked about them and literally like read definitions, like talked about what they were. And stuck them on a board and said, hey, what do you think? And we moved a couple around. We picked a few up, dropped a few halfway through, and we were like, no, I don't think that's right. Or these mimic each other. We kind of lump these together. And so it's not a very strenuous activity, but it's a big step that you can see major growth in your guys if you're struggling with this.
Yeah, and also what you'll see is, I mean, for us personally, this is what I've noticed was like when I say I wasn't the one talking most of the time, I actually mean I wasn't the one talking most of the time.
I said 10 words.
Yeah. I mean, I came up with fun of those. I came up with fun and team or a family. And they came up with passion, accountability, professional, and excellence.
Yeah.
And it was I said, they kept saying guys that we want to be like a value for like them working with somebody else of integrity, respectful, and they were just like hard workers, no excuses, and they're like buying in. They're buying into something that, because I think the biggest part with me personally is I have everything in my head, and then getting it out of my head onto a piece of paper or into my guys' head is like the most challenging thing for me. Because I feel like I say a lot without actually saying a lot. But for this exercise really, really got me able to show them what I was trying to get at. We're not just a lawn care company.
Yeah. Well, exactly. That's exactly what I was about to say. You said a few minutes ago, I want to tell the guys, like, we don't just cut grass. We add value to people's lives. Like, to them, they don't see that just surface level. Like to them, they're showing up, they're weed eating and they're mowing. Like that's all they see. Until you ask them their opinions and you make them feel valued and you make them feel like they're a part of like the decision-making process of building a company, that's when they feel valued. That's when they actually want to give. And like you're saying, Same thing goes for me. And so this is perfect. I love that you just went through this because this isn't me just making stuff up, guys. This is literally someone else that's doing the exact same thing. Lucas, have we had any conversations about this before this podcast?
No.
None. I didn't know you did it. I had no idea. Like, this is totally random. And it's like this stuff works. Like, it works. And the shift you see after having that conversation in these guys, like from showing up on time to taking responsibility to quality to everything in between, like it. And let me back up. Is this like a magic tool that fixes everything? Absolutely not. But it gives you a basis for them to come back to. And now, when somebody bends a gate and doesn't tell you, hey, did you follow safety there? Because what if that dog got out? Like, that's not safety. Is that accountability? Definitely not. Do you have integrity in doing that? No, there's no integrity because you broke something and didn't tell me about it. Like, stuff like it gives you a system that's not in your head to actually hold the guys accountable. That way, they can get mad at the system, but they're not going to get mad at you because you're not the one getting onto them. It's the system and the values that literally they put in place that they're adhering to.
And also to piggyback on that, that's great, by the way, is you can now, it actually makes your job of leading them very streamlined.
Yep.
If they're late or if you can see their attitude shifting because it's hot or whatever reason, fill in the blank, doesn't matter. You can now have, you're giving yourself,
you have it.
Reason.
You have something to look at.
Yourself, yes. One of our core values is accountability. So do you want me to hold you accountable or not?
Yep.
Also, all these go for me.
Yep.
If you see that I'm not doing the job right, if you see that our pipeline, like we were saying with the landscaping, if you're coming in and we're not working because we don't have work, that's my fault. It's not your fault. It's my fault. If I'm coming in having all bad mood and I'm bringing my personal life and my stress into your work environment, let me know. Like, this is like, I told him, I said, and here's the other thing. I just had a meeting with my mowing foreman yesterday where every Monday we're going to have a meeting at 7 a.m. where the 5 questions that we're going to answer are, how can you be better? How can I be better? How can the team be better? I'm going to give him any company updates of like new clients or new equipment that we're going to have. And then the 5th one is, I forget, but we're going to discuss these weekly of how can I be better? And then how can you be better? Like, I want him to answer these questions. That way we're keeping ourselves accountable and on the same goal. And then how can the team be better? Because the other guy that he's with, I see him for 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the afternoon. So I don't know if he's dealing with something. I can check up daily of, hey, how's he doing? Quality's good. How you guys doing? You need anything? But as far as like in-depth conversations of being with somebody for 40 hours a week, it's good to have a feel on that, especially when you grow.
And you have to keep that personal relationship, because if you don't, then you're gonna lose that form that you have. Like, if you throw him to the wolves with some random dude and you've been with him for the last 3 years and then you're just gone all of a sudden, that's not going to end well. You got to make sure that you're making that transition as smooth as possible. You make sure that they know that you care about them, because this is the stuff, guys. This is the stuff you're going through, and I know it. I know there's guys listening to the show right now that are dealing with this exact same scenario. They're on the mower right now and they're thinking, how do we be better? How do I get off the mower? How do I get in the estimates? How do I get guys to show up on time? These are the steps you take. It's so simple. Why is it taking me 6 years to do it? I don't know. But it's like, if you're in year 1, do it yesterday. If you're in year 5, do it yesterday. Right? Stop putting it off. And so we're going to share our growth journey as we go along the way. Like, everything that we're doing, ins and outs, up and downs, like anything that we're doing that we're seeing that's working or not working, we're going to share. And this is one thing that is a key step that has made a difference in literally 2 weeks' time.
Yes.
So I'm excited to see the growth.
And the other thing is, the other, and you could probably relate to this as well, is the reason for the, year one, it's just you and a guy.
Yeah.
The reason for his enjoyment at that job is going to change by year two,
Yep.
3, 4, because it's not just you and him anymore. It's also not just you, him, and another guy anymore, where, it's a rain day and you guys go to B-Dubs, you guys go to Applebee's.
Yep.
When you have 7, 8, 9 guys, which I'm not there, but
We're quickly
aware.
approaching.
I'm quickly approaching it and aware of this is how the mindset's going to shift of, well, 3 years ago when it was rain day, we all went and had breakfast and everything's going to change. So the guys, like for
3
example,
years ago, I didn't have $8,000 a week in payroll.
yes. Like I was telling my foreman, Brody, I said, hey, when Cam, I said, for example, when Camden goes home and tells his dad, or his dad asks him, hey, how's your new job? Do you like it? And he says, yes. And then he says, why? He's going to say, well, it's a good work environment, good leadership. I like doing it. And I occasionally get, lunches paid for. Well, what happens if he's only there because he gets lunches paid for and
And you BS around on a rain day. Yeah.
yes, we played darts before. Well, in 2 years, when that's not the case, maybe not all the time, right? Maybe a couple times a month.
Yeah.
Then his feel of liking the job is going to change. So keeping guys on the same target of when the company grows, I have to grow, you have to grow, you also have to grow.
But you have to communicate growth. Like you have to get growth out of your mind and onto paper, onto notebooks, onto whiteboards, into guys' heads. Like they have to see that stuff. And if you're not casting a vision for where you want to take the company and where they can be in 3 or 5 years, then how are they supposed to know? Again, they're showing up, they're weed eating, they're mowing. Like that's what they, a lot of the times when you're early in business, that's what they signed up for. Now, should we be doing everything we can to change that? 100%. Like my whole hiring process is totally different now. Like it is, hey, we're looking for career-minded individuals. We're paying you a really, really good wage. We're going to give you a really, really good work environment. I want people that follow all 5 of these core values. And like, that's another thing, guys. It's a cheat code. Like you get these core values lined out for you. There's your hiring process right there. Like,
yep.
You ask them these questions, and you don't even have to ask them. You let them. Do they show up on time? Integrity, reliability. Oh, they failed both of those. They're out. Sorry. Like it is literally a 5 or 6 step checklist. If you don't meet these, we're not even gonna go through the whole process. There's no point. Like and it just takes away that whole, oh, should I give them a chance? I don't know. No. Like you have a list. It's proven. It works. Stick to it.
Like the budget.
Exactly. Man, don't get started on a budget now. That'll open your eyes to some things.
I could do this all night, Jeremiah. I got a coffee in me. Talk it up.
The budget is tough, man. The budget's tough. That is something that we're actively like figuring out how to work and keep up with, because it's something I've never done literally up until this year. Like we created a budget, so like this year's budget is just like, I'm going off rough numbers from last year, but we're in like a big growth phase. So it's like these numbers are not going to be the same. Right. And it's like, how do we forecast accurately, and then how do we track it? That's the thing. Like you got to actively track this stuff. Like if you got $10,000 set on marketing and you're 3 months in and you already spent $6,000, then you got to figure something out. Like what's the deal there? And so that's something we're working through is tracking it and things. But yeah, man, that's cool. That's really good. I think the leadership thing is huge. Like getting those guys to that point where they can go out on their own and do things, and you can hold them accountable that way. Do you have any like simple systems or anything you're doing right now for like the Mo guys as far as like something breaks or they need something? Like, is there anything that you have like actually in place for them to follow?
So
full transparency, I don't have anything, so it's all good. Like, I mean, we're getting that stuff set up.
We have a couple of things. So, Brody, our mowing foreman, he has a list of things that if it happens, he takes care of it. He has a company card. He doesn't call me. Yeah. If we need string, if we need edger blades, if we need mower blades, oil, whatever, he takes care of it. He doesn't ask me, hey, can I go get it? Yes,
Yeah.
you can go get it, that type of stuff. Also, the big thing that has helped us, and we just implemented this at the start of the year, is um, we have 3 maintenance clipboards. So one of them is specifically for all of our mowers. The other one is for handheld equipments like blowers, edgers, string trimmers, bed redefiners, shears, stuff like that. And then the last one is trailers. So, and then it has like different columns of like, did you grease? Did you oil change? Did you check the blades? And then for like the trailers, it's like lug nuts, grease that. Did we need new tires? So like we have weekly checkups with all of those. And that is huge because, when you're in the thick of it and you're getting back late, you're getting up early, like, and you ask yourself, when's the last time we did maintenance?
Yeah.
I think we did it last week when really it was 4 weeks ago.
Do you have a
And-
set day or anything that you're doing that on right now, or are you just kind of figuring it out as you go?
so it's been Mondays, but like I said at the beginning, we've had so much rain to where
Yeah, you just
honestly,
do it when it rains. Yeah.
when it rains. But it's set on Mondays. But recently it's been Fridays,
Yeah.
Friday mornings. So that has been huge because it's accountability. I can look at it whenever and say, okay, we need to do. Last time we did maintenance was 10 days ago. Like
Yeah.
we need to get these blades sharpened. That's been huge.
That's good. Yeah, I haven't thought about that before. That's good. There's a big takeaway, guys, right there. Like that is a simple thing. As you grow, like again, peanuts, guys, peanuts. We're literally, me and Luke are having a conversation, right? We're not talking about how good we are. Like we've got 3 mowers, 3 actual sit downs. We've got 2 push mowers. We've got a ton of handheld equipment. I literally don't keep track of handheld equipment anymore. Like I don't know how much we have. We just buy what we need and we keep going. Like it's just part of business now. And when you have that stuff, I'm like, we got 2 brand new mowers, literally like brand new, like last week, brand new. And this is a new, like
How those work out?
oh, they're good, dude. They're awesome. That EFI, I've never had an EFI before.
Yeah, me either.
If I could get the quick track with the EFI with a 54-inch deck, I would do it in a heartbeat. I would trade it back in and pay more money. But they don't make that in a 54. The smallest that goes is 60, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what it is. So, but anyway, I cut that EFI all day yesterday, and it churned, dude. It churned. I mean, like it didn't bog down one time. Like would it like kick in the next gear? Yeah, like it would rumble, but it would never like actually get close to shutting down or shutting off or anything. It would just eat right through it. So, yeah, those are some sick mowers. But at the end of the day, remember, it's a mower that cuts grass. Like it's cool,
Right.
but it cuts grass. And so, but I'm like, we're in a new phase of company, a new phase of our business, our life, like new systems. We will have maintenance accountability on these things. Like the last 2 mowers that I've had, like we have not done the proper maintenance on those. They'll survive. I'll look down, and this guys, come on, give me credit here because I know you've done this. Don't act like you haven't. Don't act like you're better than me. You have. I take this back. When you're out in the field every day, you probably do check it. When you get out of the field mowing and you've got 2 guys out there doing it on their own and you're not checking it every day, you've done this. You let the oil get low on mowers. Like the oil light will be blinking at you. Like that's happened. Come on, don't act like you haven't. And like I looked at the other day and that old zero turn is sitting there. The oil light's blinking at me, and I'm like, this is not good. If it's blinking, that means it needs oil bad. And I pull the dipstick out, and there's like it's barely on there. I'm like, see, this is real life. Like this is a system that has to be put in place for us to grow and us to be accountable. And it is training guys. Like it's figuring out as we go. And I was like, but yeah, we got 2. Yeah, it's the little things. We got 2 new mowers. That's not happening. Like that's not happening. It's not. It's a new phase of company, a new phase of life. We will have maintenance regimens on these. We will hold each other accountable. If you don't do the maintenance, if you don't check the oils the way you're supposed to, there will be repercussions. Speaking of repercussions, have you put anything like that in place yet? Like reprimands for stuff that gets missed?
No.
Good.
And
Me either. I was curious.
Yeah, I will say no because it hasn't happened.
Okay.
Like today somebody called me and said, "Hey, we forgot to. I guess the guys forgot to trim around a mailbox."
Yeah.
And we were right there on the corner, and I called them, and they went back and did it. But no, I mean, I'm not trying to act like we're the best out there and we don't miss anything, but nothing's ever really happened to where I've had to put a repercussion in place.
So I'll pull out the do as I say, not as I do coach side of me. Like, get that in place, because that way you have that when something does happen. Like it's not you getting onto the guys out of emotion, or the guys think, even if you're not mad at them, but like it's same thing as core values. They're written, they're communicated. They're not mad at you when you reprimand them anymore. When you say, were you accountable? Like, here's a repercussion. Here's a strict, here, black and blue right here on the paper. You signed it. This is what happens. And that way it takes the heat off of you. So I'm telling myself that, like, we got to get those things in place for showing up late, like little things. And is it an everyday occurrence? It's not, but it's still, that stuff happens over time. And like if you don't rise to the level of like your ability or skill, you fall to the level of like your preparation and planning. And so when that stuff happens and you failed to plan, then what are you going to do? You're going to be sitting there and like, how do you even get onto them and it be legit, because you don't have a leg to stand on. You haven't told them anything.
It's going to happen next week, and I'm going to come back to Jeremiah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's good, dude. Well, man, I don't want to hold you all night. I know it's 10 o'clock your time. You're an hour ahead of me, but it's busy. Life is busy. You got a young son. How's he doing, by the way? Getting bigger every day?
He's doing good, man. He just had a doctor's appointment today. They said that he's in the 87th percentile of weight.
Oh, wow. So he's a big boy.
Big boy. And the 30th percentile in height.
Okay.
So he's chubby guy.
Short and stocky. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, he's 2 months old. He's awesome.
That's awesome, dude.
He's awesome, man.
That's what it's about. We sit here and talk for 50 minutes, and we think about all of our newest ideas and our brightest inventions and all the stuff that we can do to be better. That's what it's about, though. Like raising that kid, raising that family. All of this can be null and void, thrown in the trash for that right there. So that's awesome, dude. Well, before we wrap up, like, you got any final words, parting words of wisdom, anything that you want to share about your growth process or what you've learned, or and also where people can follow along? Because I know that people took something away from this and want to keep up with your growth journey.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook, Blumling Lawn Care. Yeah, I mean, I would say my biggest hurdle, especially when starting, I may be talking to one, maybe two guys out here right now, but I think that there's one, maybe two guys that is doing this part-time, or maybe in my position where you're still working for an employer, doing on the side, and you're questioning if you should do this or not. Do you have what it takes? And I'm giving you full permission to just go ahead and do it. And I think someone I needed to be told to just do it. And obviously use wisdom. I'm not telling you, you have 3 clients, go ahead and just jump ship. But I don't know if you remember from our last podcast, but I was like so scared to quit my W-2 job and become full-time with my own company. So I'm giving someone out there full permission to go ahead and just and chase their dreams. I think there's someone out there that just needs to hear that. And if you want to reach out to me and talk to me about it, you definitely can.
I love it, dude. That's one of the best ways that we could ever end the show right there. So, guys, be better every day. Make yourself better. Make your family better. And go serve other people and help solve problems. And you will see your business grow over time. Put your employees at the top, and the rest will fall in place after that. So I appreciate you tuning in. We talked about Element a little bit. If you do sign up for Element, you want that onboard experience, just use code Jeremiah there, and you'll get that white glove experience that will help you get through that onboard process that is strenuous, but you'll have people hand-holding you along the whole way and helping you as you go, figuring that out and implementing that new system into your business and making it a part of business as you grow. So thank you for tuning in to the show. I hope you enjoyed it. It means the world that we get to do this 3 times a week here. Lucas, thanks for joining us tonight, man.
Hey, see you, man. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, means the world. Without any further ado, I'm going to wrap this one up. And we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.